Many migrants think career decision in the UK made by based on your CV once you applied. When you meet the criteria, you perform well and you get selected easily. But that's not the truth in many cases. If that's the truth, many migrants are on a senior management position at this moment. Today I'm going to explain you how these decisions made in the UK organization, especially behind the scenes what's happening. When it's come to the roles like senior leadership, management, or supervisor roles. Believe me, this apply across the sector, including care, public, oil and gas, or any other area in the UK. But I'm not saying this is applicable 100% to all the organization, but this is one of the common practice that we can see in the UK. First thing is career decisions are ongoing. It's not just one event based or couple of event based. One thing most of the migrants are not realizing is these career decisions are not made during the interview process. Actually, most of these decisions are made before or after the interview process. What did I mean by before or after? Some of these decisions are actually made in advance if it is an internal interview. But if it is an external interview, it will happen over the period of time. Your manager will be constantly forming opinions about yourself, the way you perform, the way you behave, the way you handle things, how you understand the wider business, how you represent the team. And when the role comes out, manager already have someone in their mind. If you only show up when the job opens, you might not be get the chance. Or actually, there's a less chance you will get that opportunity. Second thing is decision makers are look for predictability, not the excellence. That sounds a little weird. It's actually weird for me as well. Because for us, if you perform well, if you're one of the best performer in the team and you are very reliable, that's good enough. But in the UK, it's more about the predictability. Because in the UK, manager rarely ask who is the best person. Their usual concern is who will be easiest to manage in this role. That means who understand the internal systems, who understand how the decision flows, and who does not need constant explanations. Migrants often have strong skills, but managers are worrying about whether they can understand internal systems, can they understand the flow, can they work with the flow, or else will they understand how things works here. So predictability often wins over the talent. Third point is influence comes from the understanding the organization, not the job role. Many migrants often focus about their job, but the decision makers are focused on something else. Those are how well you understand the organization, what you will do to go beyond and above the task, whether you align any sort of a strategic priorities. For an example, two employees do the same job. One of them is really good at their job, they've just completed the task, and so there's nothing more than that. But for the other employee who has ended the task, talk about the impact and risk and outcome, who will have an advantage in that situation. So, as an immigrant, you need to focus on not only completing your task, but more about talking about the impact and how to improve it and risk and outcomes as well. Fourth point is a little bit of a weird point that I come across these organizations or else across UK work culture. The point is managers often promote people who they can explain to others. What does it mean by that? It's a little weird, isn't it? When promoting someone, managers need to justify their decision to HR, their senior management, as well as their own managers as well.
Oh,
In these situations, manager often asking themselves how I can explain this person is ready for the role. If your strengths are not clearly visible and easy to explain, managers are hesitate to promote you. Instead of that, they will focus on someone who they can show and who is visible at that point. This is why vague hard work is less effective. Focus specific work is much effective. Career decisions are strongly dependent on informal feedbacks. What does it mean by informal feedbacks? Does one-to-one counts? Yes, one-to-one counts. Formal appraisal counts, but informal feedbacks matters too. That means more about how others see you and how they will get on with you and how you manage the situation, how you will be presenting yourself in a meeting, and how much you are reliable under pressure. Migrants often do a good job but without focusing on above mentioned points, your chances are really minimum, at least slim to none. Even your performance is outstanding. Remember, opportunities often come before promotions. In the UK, promotions often follow opportunities, not the other way around that you used to work in your country. People are given acting roles, temporary opportunities, temporary responsibilities, as well as project leaderships. Then later, those performance or the work that you have carried out in those sectors lead to the promotions. And your manager can easily justify what you have done in there. Migrants often wait for the title first because we tend to believe that if you don't have a title, there's no authority to do certain things. But it's not the same in the UK. If you are an initiator and if you think that you can go above and beyond and do the task, please go ahead and do that. That will give you a competitive edge when it's come to the promotions. Because in the UK, others accept responsibility first, later about the promotions or the opportunity. Managers look for organization fit, not the cultural similarity. So it's not anything related to your ethnic background, culture, or anything like that. It's more about how well you fit into the organization. Remember, fit doesn't mean accent, background, or culture, as I mentioned before. It means, do you understand the expectations? Can you work under pressure? And how well you will respond to feedback. Migrants sometimes misinterpret feedback as criticism or avoid follow up conversations. If you avoid this and try to get all of these feedback as a positive feedback and continue with the follow-up discussions, follow-up meetings with those things, I believe that gives you an advantage in such situations. It happened to me during my career. I've been telling this point in my previous videos as well. If you're silenced, that means you have the satisfaction in the role and you don't want to move away from that role, or else you are comfortable in that zone and you don't have much potential to grow. So talk about your career, talk about your expectations, show that you are interested, at the same time show that you are reliable and they can you'll be able to work under the pressure and you are a good communicator, you are an initiator. Show this to your manager. For us as migrants, we stay quiet out of respectful. But in the UK work culture, if you want to respect someone, you need to talk them, give them positive feedback, and try to show them that how much you can make changes or the difference in that organization for the improvement. Because in the UK, decision make to the direction of the people who express direction, just not only the dedication. The uncomfortable truth in the UK is career progression is a shared responsibility. Because in our culture, back in your home country, it's more about your individual responsibility, but it's not the same in the UK. Remember, your manager is not fully responsible for your career in the UK or for your promotions in the UK, but they'll support you, but you are expected to drive it. So this includes asking feedback, seeking development opportunities, and clarify your next step as well. Unfortunately, most of the migrants are waiting for guidance, so there's a high chance that you also one of them. That means you'll be left behind. If you're a migrant professional and feel stuck, ask yourself that, do decision makers understand my strengths clearly? Am I seen dependable beyond my job description? Do I engage with the conversations where decisions are shaped or developed? Career decisions in the UK are not unfair, but more unspoken. Once you understand it, you stop blaming for yourself, at the same time the work culture, and you'll be able to start positioning yourself very well. I believe this video is important for you. If you think this is important, you can share it with your colleagues as well. And please press the like and thumbs up button for more videos like this. Thank you.